Have you ever wondered what living in Turkey really conceals? This is a nation where East and West don't just meet. They create a unique way of life that produces extraordinary people. Men who combine Ottoman warrior strength with European diplomatic sophistication. Women who blend Asian mystery with Western elegance. And a society that transformed cultural diversity into the art of living. Today, I'm going to reveal why Turkey is considered one of the most fascinating countries to live in. But I'll also expose the hidden cost of this experience, a lifestyle where millennial traditions clash with modern ambitions, where each day you navigate complex social codes, and where legendary hospitality coexists with cultural tensions that few foreigners manage to understand. Can you imagine living in a place where you can breakfast on Turkish tea, while viewing Byzantine mosques, work in crystal skyscrapers, and dine in restaurants serving Ottoman Empire recipes? Where men balance patriarchal traditions with global careers, women navigate between modernity and family expectations, and the entire society lives in constant adaptation between two worlds. But there's something travel influencers will never tell you. Behind the tourist postcard exists a complex social reality where your origin, religion, and family connections determine your life experience, where volatile economy impacts everything from your purchasing power to your marriage options, and where understanding unwritten cultural codes can be the difference between successful integration or social isolation. From Mediterranean coastlines to Anatolian plateaus, from Istanbul's hipster neighborhoods to conservative interior cities, I'll take you on a journey revealing not only why Turkey fascinates millions of expatriates, but also the daily realities faced by both Turks and foreigners in this unique cultural laboratory. Prepare to discover a country where every citizen inherits a history, including Hittites, Greeks, Romans, Byzantines, and Ottomans, creating genetic and cultural diversity that produces literally unique people. But also, prepare for the contradictions of living in a society that mixes legendary hospitality with intense nationalism, cosmopolitan modernity with ancestral traditions. Are you ready to discover what it's really like living on the bridge between two continents? Because what follows will forever change your perspective on this fascinating country. But before we continue, tell me in the comments, would you dare to live in a country where you navigate daily between tradition and modernity? Which aspect of Turkish life seems most attractive or challenging to you? Hit like. If you want more videos about countries where millennial cultures create unique lifestyles, and subscribe to explore the realities of living in fascinating destinations around the world. Share this video with someone considering moving to Turkey, because this perspective can completely transform their cultural adaptation experience. To understand how modern Turkish life became so unique, we must comprehend how centuries of history created a society where cultural adaptation became a survival skill, from Ottoman cosmopolitanism to the accelerated modernization of Ataturk's republic. Turkish lifestyle originated from the necessity of integrating radically different cultures. During the Ottoman Empire, Istanbul was literally the center of the civilized world, where Venetian merchants negotiated with Persian nobles, French diplomats coexisted with Arab intellectuals, and Turkish families developed cultural adaptation skills that became part of their identity. Turkish men learned to navigate between traditional honor codes and international diplomacy, while women balanced domestic seclusion with indirect but real political influence. But here's what's fascinating. Ataturk's Republican transformation didn't eliminate traditions, it reconfigured them. In just 20 years, Turkey transitioned from Islamic caliphate to secular republic, from Arabic to Latin alphabet, from gender segregation to mixed education. This speed of change created generations of Turks who had to be culturally bilingual, traditional at home, modern in public, religious at heart, but secular under law. Did you know the Turkish concept of hoşgörü, tolerance, isn't just courtesy, but survival strategy? For centuries, Turks learned that to govern a multicultural empire, they needed to be cultural chameleons. This skill remains today. You'll find Turks who can shift cultural registers according to context, from religious conservative to secular cosmopolitan, within the same conversation. The tradition of kahvehan, coffee house, also shapes Turkish social life. These spaces function as information centers, political networking hubs, and informal social tribunals where men discuss everything from business to international politics. For Turks, coffee isn't just a beverage. It's a social ritual that determines status, alliances, and economic opportunities. Internal immigration influence is also crucial. Millions of Turks migrated from rural villages to cities during the economic boom of the 70s-90s, creating an urban society that mixes village traditions with metropolitan aspirations. This explains why, in the same Istanbul neighborhood, you find families living like Western Europeans alongside others, maintaining deep Anatolian customs. The Cemaat community system also structures modern Turkish life. These aren't just religious groups, but social networks, including everything from business to marriages, from education to job opportunities. To live successfully in Turkey, you need to understand that personal relationships frequently matter more than professional qualifications. And here's the first secret of Turkish life. The double life isn't hypocrisy, it's cultural sophistication. Turks developed the ability to maintain multiple authentic identities according to social, family, or professional context. This cultural flexibility is what allows Turkish society to integrate modernity without losing traditional authenticity. But what will really surprise you is how these historical traditions manifest in modern daily life. Now let's get to daily reality. What's it actually like living in modern Turkey? And here's where historical heritage, unique geography, and contemporary social dynamics create a lifestyle you won't find anywhere else in the world. First, Turkish social lifestyle. Turkish hospitality isn't just courtesy, it's a complex social system. When Turks invite you home, it's not a casual event, but an integration ritual including specific codes, arriving with appropriate gifts, meeting strict schedules, participating in group conversations, and understanding family hierarchies. Turkish men function as hosts who must demonstrate extreme generosity, while women manage the social logistics that make these elaborate gatherings possible. Did you know the concept of mahalle, neighborhood, completely defines your social experience in Turkey? It's not just geographical location, but extended community where everyone knows your family, profession, and social status. Men develop reputations that affect everything from business opportunities to their daughters' marriage options, while women maintain social information networks that function better than any digital social network. Second factor, Turkish work culture. Turkish professionals developed work ethics combining Western efficiency with Eastern personalization. Business meetings always include tea, personal conversation, and trust establishment before discussing numbers. Turkish men frequently work in sectors ranging from technology to tourism, but always with a focus on personal relationships that can surprise European or American colleagues. Turkish economic lifestyle is also distinctive. Due to Turkish lira volatility, Turks developed financial strategies, including investments in gold, properties, and family businesses as hedges against inflation. Turkish families frequently operate multiple income sources. Fathers may work in corporations while managing secondary businesses. Mothers may be professionals, but also manage family real estate investments. Third crucial element, Turkish family life. Extended family isn't just emotional support, it's an integrated economic and social system. Important decisions, from buying houses to choosing careers, are made collectively. Turkish men maintain responsibilities toward parents, siblings and cousins that can include direct financial support, while women manage complex emotional relationships between mothers-in-law, sisters-in-law, and in-laws. And you know what's most impressive about Turkish lifestyle? The capacity to celebrate intensely. Turkish weddings can last 3 days with hundreds of guests. Circumcisions include elaborate parties, and religious events become massive community gatherings. It's not ostentation, but social investment. These celebrations strengthen networks that provide support during economic or personal crises. Seasonal influence also shapes life's rhythm. In summer, Turkish life moves toward the coasts. Entire families migrate to summer houses, businesses adjust schedules, and social life explodes in outdoor festivals. In winter, it concentrates in intimate spaces, long family gatherings, cultural activities, and that tradition of sohbet, deep conversations that can last until dawn. Technology integration is also unique. Turks massively adopted social networks, but use them to strengthen traditional relationships rather than replace them. Family WhatsApp groups coordinate everything from group purchases to family political decisions. But here's the most complex contradiction. This apparently harmonious lifestyle hides intense social and generational tensions. And this is where Turkish life shows its most complex side, because behind all this hospitality and cultural tradition exist political, economic, and social tensions that directly affect the daily experience of living in this country. First explosive contradiction. Modern Turkey is officially secular, but religion permeates decisions from public policies to interpersonal relationships. This creates a reality where Turks constantly navigate between multiple identities. A Turkish executive can close international deals during the day, but adjust their social behavior according to their community's level of religious conservatism. Women face even greater pressure. They must be professionally competitive but socially appropriate, according to standards that can vary drastically between neighborhoods in the same city. Did you know Turkish political polarization affects personal relationships in ways foreigners rarely understand? Families can divide along political loyalties, marriages face tensions if spouses support different parties, and job opportunities can depend on political connections beyond professional competence. It's not just electoral preference, but complete worldview that determines social circles. Second revelation impacting daily life. The Turkish economy creates constant stress for middle-class families. High inflation means salaries lose purchasing power monthly, forcing Turkish families to develop complex financial strategies. Men frequently work multiple jobs, women balance careers with family responsibilities, including caring for elderly parents, and young couples postpone marriage or children due to economic insecurity. The generational difference also creates intense family conflicts. Turks over 50 lived the transition from rural society to urban modernity, maintaining traditional values about family, religion, and gender roles. Turks under 30 grew up with internet, international travel, and cosmopolitan aspirations that frequently clash with family expectations. This tension affects everything from career decisions to partner choice. And you know what's the most brutal contradiction for expatriates? Turkey is incredibly hospitable to visitors, but can be socially exclusive for permanent residents. Foreigners frequently experience a honeymoon period, where they're treated as special guests. But real integration requires navigating unwritten social codes, developing family networks, and demonstrating commitment to Turkish culture that goes beyond learning the language. Third, social bomb. The difference between life in Istanbul, Ankara versus interior Anatolia is like living in different countries. Cosmopolitan cities offer international lifestyle with restaurants, nightlife, and social freedoms comparable to Western Europe. But 60% of Turks live in smaller cities where conservative traditions, limited economic opportunities, and conformist social pressure can make life oppressive, especially for young women or people with non-traditional aspirations. The Syrian immigration issue also transformed Turkish social dynamics. With over 3 million refugees, many Turkish communities face job competition, pressure on public services, and cultural tensions affecting everything from housing prices to social cohesion in traditionally homogeneous neighborhoods. Did you know there's a phenomenon of reverse emigration, where educated Turks return from Europe or America but struggle to readapt to social codes that changed during their absence? These returnees frequently feel like foreigners in their own country. And the most shocking revelation: many Turkish families develop cultural navigation strategies that include. After this deep journey through Turkish reality, we reach the most important conclusion. Living in Turkey isn't just changing geographical location. It's embarking on a constant cultural adaptation experience that can transform you into a more sophisticated and resilient version of yourself. The final synthesis about Turkish life is fascinating. It's the only country in the world where you daily navigate between multiple cultural codes, Eastern and Western, traditional and modern, religious and secular, developing cultural flexibility that makes you a genuine global citizen. It's not cultural confusion, it's multicultural mastery. What makes the Turkish experience unique? It's the only place where you can simultaneously live in Europe and Asia, where your day can include high-tech negotiations and millennial rituals, where you develop the ability to communicate effectively with any culture because you learn to read subtle social codes that most people never notice. The Turkish experience teaches that true cultural integration isn't adopting superficial customs, but developing multicultural empathy that allows you to connect authentically with people from any background. Successful residents in Turkey learn to be cultural chameleons without losing personal authenticity. Is the challenge of living in Turkey worth it? Absolutely, but you must understand it's not a Western comfort experience. It's a personal growth laboratory that teaches about economic resilience, social adaptability, and the importance of deep human relationships over material conveniences. For men considering moving to Turkey, prepare for a social system where personal relationships are long-term investments, where respect is earned through consistency and loyalty, and where professional success includes social competence beyond technical skills. For women, understand you'll have more freedoms in cosmopolitan cities, but face cultural expectations requiring careful navigation. For families evaluating Turkey, it's an exceptional country for raising multicultural children who develop cultural adaptability as a global competitive advantage, but requires commitment to genuine integration that goes beyond permanent tourism. Turkish life is that unique combination where ancestral hospitality meets modern ambition, where millennial tradition coexists with technological innovation, and where each day teaches you something new about human nature and adaptation capacity. Turks have perfected the art of maintaining cultural authenticity while embracing constant change, of valuing family and community without renouncing individual ambitions, of being deeply patriotic while maintaining international perspective. Their lifestyle isn't just a way to exist, it's a masterclass on how to thrive in a multicultural world. Turkey teaches you that true wealth isn't material possessions, but the capacity to create home anywhere, to find family in any community, and to maintain hope and hospitality regardless of external circumstances. Which destination should we explore next to discover countries offering transformative life experiences? You decide.